Well, I guess not. All right, let me make sure. Let me make sure that we're good here before we. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. Looks like we're all good. All right, guys. Well, welcome back. Welcome back here to another live reaction show, or I should say NFL live reaction show. I am your host, Big B here from MotivationNation.com. How we doing? Today, like I said, we're going to get into the NFL Week 6 reaction show. We're going to be live reacting to all of these games. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We really do very much appreciate it. We're going to get into a lot of good stuff today. We're going to get into the reactions. We're going to do the grades, the awards, and then we got the power rankings, our second time ever doing power rankings here on the channel. We do this every single 3 weeks. So just to give you guys a little bit heads up, we do that every 3 weeks. When we get to the awards part, that's where you guys are going to come in and help me because throughout the show, because that's going to be the second thing coming up on the show. Because the awards, we have a lot of awards to get to, so make sure you guys stick in tune for that. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about then. But let's waste no time. Obviously, this show is probably going to take a little bit longer than what the other shows are. If you guys see me looking over here, that means I'm kind of watching my Lakers play right now as I'm recording this live reaction show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. We're just going to make this kind of short and simple here. I'm just going to try to move this as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and open up the screen here. Okay, alright, so here we go. This is the list. Like I said, we react to all these games. We'll give you guys the stats. We'll look at the stats and we'll give you guys a grade. Let me guys know in the comments below or in the chat. Let me guys know if you guys agree or disagree with this. Alright, so without further ado, sounds good? Okay, let's go ahead and get it going because we have a long show ahead of us. Alright, so we get to go to Thursday Night Football here. We have San Francisco here beating Seattle 36-24. Wow. Okay, this was definitely a shootout game, wasn't it? I mean, this game was pretty good. It went back and forth. Saw some good things now defensively on both sides. 49ers got a big lead and they actually were able to take care of it. But anyway, Brock Purdy, okay, he had a good game. 18 for 28, 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. Isaac led the team with rushing. I think Jordan Mason got injured throughout the game. Hopefully he was all right. But Isaac 10 for 99. But Kyle had the only rushing touchdown here. Looking at the receiving over here, Debo led the team this time, but 3 for 102 in the touchdown, and George Kittle was very effective as well. He had only 5 for 58, but he did have 2 touchdowns. Defense had. Let's see. Defense didn't really do too much actually in this game. They only had 1 sack. Did they pick off? Yeah, they did. But they did have 2 interceptions. So give San Francisco some defensive credit there. Obviously, I thought they looked pretty good. Meanwhile, looking at Seattle here, Geno Smith 30 for 52. Goddamn, 312 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So not the prettiest night. Kenneth Walker had the rushing touchdown with 40 for 32, 14 carries for 32 yards. Yikes. Tyler Lockett led the team in receiving for 465. Not too much going on there, but looks like majority of everybody got active a little bit. Defense had no sacks. I don't think they get any picks. Seattle's defense really did nothing in this game. They had no sacks, no picks, no nothing. So overall, I don't think both teams are. Yeah, we do have to put the bye teams here. You know, we got the Chiefs, Vikings, Rams, and Dolphins. I already put these teams in the bye week because they didn't play this week. But Niners, Seahawks. This one could be pretty tricky. I think you could look at it both ways here. I'm gonna give the Niners. I might give the Niners a B tier because they did look really good offensively, but there's some things that we probably should have saw something. There's probably something that we probably should have saw that was a little bit better. A little better for the Niners, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good performance. We saw a lot of good things offensively. George Kittle got active. Love to see that. Defense did a job we had to do. Seattle, I don't think Seattle really performed that bad of a game either. I mean, we saw some good things offensively. Turnovers did really cost them, and their defense cost them a little bit. But overall, not a bad performance of their own. I'll give them a C. Wasn't bad, wasn't terrible. I thought they could have just done a little bit more better at home, but overall, not a bad performance there by the Niners. I mean, by the Seahawks or Niners. Not a bad performance from either team there. I'm about to minimize my screen here a little bit. Alright, next up we got the London game here. We got the Jags kicking. Well, no, I was going to say Jags kicking. We got the Jags getting their shit kicked in here by the Bears. And give credit to the Bears, man. The Bears just played a legit game here. Alright, let's take a look at Jacksonville here real quick. Trevor Lawrence, 23 for 35, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Rushing game, really nothing got going. Tick Higsby only had 7 for 34. Travis Etienne had 3 for -1. Jacksonville receiving was led by Evan Ingram, who's coming back from injury. See, I was not expecting Evan Ingram to really come out with a full progression. But it looks like he had 10 with 102. But Gabe Davis had 5 for 45, and he had the 2 solo receiving touchdowns. Defense got 3 sacks, and that's about it. A whole shitload of tackles, and that's about it for Jacksonville. Maybe we're looking at the Bears. Caleb Williams here. I think he's starting to look more comfortable as the weeks go by. 23 for 29, 226 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. DeAndre Swift led the team in receiving here with 17 for 91 in the touchdown. And then Cole Kmet and Keegan Allen teamed up as they got 2 receiving touchdowns of their own. Bears defense with the work. Got four sacks, a pick. Bears defense was very disruptive in this game. Love the way how the Bears defense has been getting after it these last couple weeks. I thought they looked really good while doing it, and I think this is just another perfect example of what the Bears defense can be. This game actually not bad. I'm actually really impressed in the Bears' performance. Was it an S tier? No, but I'm gonna give it an A tier. This is like an A plus tier performance out of the Bears. But like I said, love the way how their defense. Actually, no, I'm bumping them the S. They just played really well. Defense just beat the shit out of the Jags. They couldn't really do anything offensively. They forced a whole bunch of turnovers. Offense was dynamic. Offense looked really good. Yeah, definitely S tier style performance. Jags, not the best performance, not the worst performance. You know, we did see some good plays. Evan Ingram did get going a little bit, but besides that, there's really nothing going. I mean, I did like how Evan Ingram and Gabe Davis got going a little bit, but besides that, I think that's really all I have to say about the Jags. I'll say D tier here for the Jags. Not an F tier. I thought their offense looked pretty decent, but there's a lot of ways the Jags can be better, and I kind of expected a closer game from the Jags. But you could argue they could be in the F tier, but I'm gonna give them a D tier. I don't think they performed as bad offensively. So there you have it, A and D tier going for that game. Alright, next we got the Packers beating the shit out of the Cardinals here, 34-13. I definitely was not expecting this. I was expecting this to be a little bit of a closer game here. Meanwhile, looking at Arizona, Kyler Murray here, 22 for 32, 214 yards, and 1 touchdown. Not bad. Rushing, I mean, the Cardinals are getting kind of banged up with injuries now. As you can see, James Conner got injured throughout the game, but he was off to a great start before he went down. Marvin Harrison Jr. also went down. Hopefully that he's all right. But Trey McBride led the team receiving this time for 8 for 96. Defense, Arizona's defense had no sacks, but they did get a pick. And besides that's just about it for the Arizona Cardinals. We're looking at Jordan Love here, 22 for 32, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Pretty solid performance from Jordan Love. Rushing didn't really get anything going. Josh Jacobs only had 18 for 62 in this game. Receiving wise, Christian Watson led the team receiving for only 3 receptions for 68 yards, but did have the touchdown. Romeo Doubs also had 3 for 49. He also had 2 touchdowns, and Jaden Reed had a touchdown. And looking at this game in general, Green Bay's defense did have no sacks or no picks, but I thought they were really disruptive defensively. Like, they kept getting Arizona 4th down, and they just had to continue to punt. So that's why their stat line isn't as big. But I thought the Packers, I think the Packers getting an S tier. I mean, that was a pretty phenomenal game plan from them. I mean, just the way how they controlled that game from start to finish really made Arizona uncomfortable throughout the whole game. Arizona, though, I mean, it was pretty disappointing, but I can't really blame you that much because your two guys, James Conner and Marvin Harrison Jr., went out with injury. But overall, I thought that performance was pretty bad. I'm going to give the Cardinals my first F tier. Actually, no, we're going to get the... Actually, no, fuck it. We're going to put the Jags down there. Jags are going to go to the F tier as well. I was thinking about putting the Jags with the D tier, but no, we're gonna stick with the Jags. The Jags are going to be down here in the F tier as well. Both teams did not perform good at all in this game. I mean, you could argue that Arizona played a little bit better, but I don't know. I just don't think either team really performed that well in this game. So I think both. Yeah, we're gonna go both teams with F tiers there. I don't think. But just with the Cardinals, man, I expected the Cardinals to put up a little bit more fight, but obviously they did not. All right, next up we got the Colts squeaking by the Titans here, 20-17, and this was a pretty interesting game here. Joe Flacco, 22 for 38, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Not bad. Tyler led the team in rushing this time with 8 for 51, with Jonathan Taylor being out. I mean, I was pretty good that they got this win without Jonathan Taylor. Josh Downs led the team receiving for 7 for 66. Michael Pittman only had 3 for 35, but he did have the touchdown. And Josh Downs' defense had no sacks, but they did get a pick, and that was a very crucial pick at the end of the game. It wasn't end of the game, but it was a very crucial pick, but which kind of made the Colts have another possession to win the game. We're looking at Will Levis here, 16 for 27, only 95 yards, damn. Only 97 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick. Not a really great outing. Tony Pollard, 17 for 93 and a touchdown. And you're looking here, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, Dana really nobody got going here in the receiving game for Tennessee. Hopkins led the team with 4 for 54. That's a problem. Defense with Tennessee had no sacks, but they did get a pick, and overall, not the best performance here out of Tennessee, but both of these two defenses definitely do deserve a lot of credit. I thought both teams' defenses played really well. They got after the quarterback pretty well. We saw a lot of sacks. I mean, not a lot of sacks, but we saw a lot of high Q pressure plays. But overall, not bad performance. I thought, hold up. But overall, I don't think both teams really performed that bad. I mean, they both could have done a little bit better, but I'm actually gonna rank these two in the same tier. I think they both get solid C tiers. Not really nothing to be like overall exaggerated about, but I think both teams get to see. I think there's a fair power rating there. Both teams kind of played almost a similar game, but the Colts just came out on top. So that's just what that was. So both teams get a solid C tier, C tier performance from there. All right, next up we got the Texans beating the Patriots here, 41-21. And the Patriots can score a little bit, man. The Patriots didn't even look bad in this game. Sure, they got blown out, but they actually put up some points on the board. All right, so let's take a look at the Texans here. C.J. Stroud, 20 for 31, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. And Davis Mills actually went into the game for against the ball scenario. Joe Mixon, 13 for 102 and a touchdown, and Damian Pierce also had a touchdown here. Receiving, looks like everybody got involved here. Dalton Schultz had 4, Joe Mixon had a touchdown, Takedown and Stephon Diggs all had touchdowns. Defense had 4 sacks, 2 interceptions. I mean, Texans' defense was really good in this game. I thought they really got after the quarterback a lot. They really made some good plays through the air on the defensive end. Houston Texans, their defense was lights out in this game. Moving on to Drake May here, not a bad outing actually, but rookie, going up against the Texans. Not a bad outing here. 20 for 33, 243 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but overall not a bad night from the first time rookie. He also had 5 carries for 38 yards, but nothing going on for the rushing game. Receiving game was led by Demario Douglas with 6 receptions for 90 yards and touchdown. James also a touchdown, and Hunter Henry also had a touchdown here. Defense had 2 sacks, 1 pick. I mean, the Patriots defense was alright too. I mean, they did give up 41 points, but they did get a pick and they did get a couple sacks on them. So, I know it's not a lot, but that's at least enough to be exaggerated about. Meanwhile, look at meanwhile, look at these tape. Patriots gave up way too many points. They did put some points on the board, but they did put some on the board. They got down the field a little bit. They kind of should They scored 21 points. Defense forced some turnovers. I'm gonna give him a C. I'll be kind to him. I'll give him the C. I mean, for giving up 41 points is not that big of a deal, but it's not ideal, I should say. But you scored 21 points, 14 turnovers too. I think that's enough for me to give you guys a C tier here. Texans. I think Texans get an A tier. I mean, they did let the Texans. I mean, they did let the Patriots score 21 points, and you guys did turn over the football a little bit, which is a miscue. Besides that, you guys basically just kind of dominated this game. So yeah, I think the Texans get an A tier for me. Would have been an S tier if they didn't turn over the football a lot, but I think they get an A tier for me. Next up, we got the Buccaneers beating the Saints here, 51-27. God damn, I wasn't points from the Buccaneers, especially when you look at Baker Mayfield. He had 24 for 36, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And one of those interceptions was not his fault. The other 2 was. Anyway, look at the receiving here. Son Tucker led the team in rushing this time, 14 for 136 and touchdown. And Bucky Irvin also had a touchdown here. Receiving was led by Chris Godwin, who just completely kicked the shit out of the Saints defense, was 11 for 125 and 2 touchdowns. St. Tucker also had a receiving touchdown, and Cade Otton also had a receiving touchdown here. Defense had 5 sacks, really looked productive, went after the quarterback with some plays. Now, Saints offense was able to get down the field a little bit, but in the day, not a bad outing for Tampa Bay. Maybe we'll look at the Saints here. Spencer Rattler debuted not terrible, 22 for 40, 243 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions here. Rushing was led by Alvin Kamara, who really struggled, 13 for 40 in the touchdown. Receiving wise, really nobody got going, but it looks like majority got involved here. Defense only got 1 sack. Now they did force 3 picks, but they did get their ass whooped on the passing game, and that's going to be kind of concerning. What's going on, Fancy Dog? How we doing? How you been, my man? Oh no, the trade views today, my friend. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna get into the awards here in just a minute. So, anyway, not a terrible performance. I'm gonna put the Buccaneers in the A tier. You know, scoring 51 points is pretty special, but they did turn over the ball a lot, and they did have some miscues on the offensive end, which I probably should have think that they should have cleaned that up a little bit. So, performance, they got down the field with no issues, spanked their defense, and that's just the end of the story. Saints, though, you guys did. I mean, you lost 27, but you did score 27 points. Your defense got their asses kicked in. But besides that, I don't really think there's really anything. I mean, the defense definitely took a big hit. I'm going to put the Saints in the D tier because they did get their asses kicked on defense. And I know they scored 27 points, which is not that bad. But when you give up 51 points, that's just a whole nother level, man. So, yeah, D tier for the Saints. I mean, it wasn't that great of a performance. I mean, it was alright, but giving up 51 points is kind of absurd. So, gotta go with the D there. The defense kind of got their ass whooped in this one. Alright, next up we got the Cleveland Browns beating the Philadelphia Eagles here at 16-20. Wow, I was not expecting the Eagles to only win this game by 4 points. And we're looking at Deshaun Watson here, 16 for 23, 168 yards, no touchdowns or no picks. Deshaun Watson's fucking terrible. There's really nothing to look at with Cleveland's rushing there or receiving game because the Browns' offense is fucking stupid. Anyway, Amari Cooper, he got traded to the Bills now, so I'm wondering how he does down there. Anyway, look at this game. Cleveland's defense had 1 sack, no picks, no turnovers, nothing all that. It was just an average Cleveland Browns day. Maybe looking at Jalen Hurts here, 16. But for the Browns, they will get Nick Chubb back. So let's see how that affects that team. Maybe looking at Jalen Hurts here, not terrible. Nice, 16 for 25, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad. Saquon Barkley was kind of shut down probably for the first time this year. Only 18 for 47 here. A.J. Brown led the team receiving 6 for 116 and a touchdown. He looked good on his return. Same thing with DeVonta Smith. A little bit slower for DeVonta Smith, but he was alright. And Grant really stepped up and did his plays. Defense looked pretty disruptive in this game. Had 5 sacks. They didn't get any picks or turnovers, but they were pretty disruptive defensively. But overall, I'm still kind of disappointed in Philly because scoring only 20 points and only winning by 4 points is definitely not a good sign. But I kind of expected Philly to do a little bit more because they had their guys back. I was kind of expecting Philly to score easily in the 30s because, it's the Browns and all that. Oh, I want to see this possession real quick. No, it's turnover. Anyway, I think both teams get a D, honestly. I mean, I would put the Eagles in the C tier because, actually, no, that's a little bit rude. I'll put the Eagles in the C tier. I mean, their defense did step up a little bit. Their defense did look pretty good throughout that whole process, so I'll give the Eagles some credit. But their offense definitely worried to be for a minute. Their offense definitely, now maybe that's just guys getting back and maybe the information had a break against the Browns. But I'll give their defense some credit. So we're going to put them in the C tier. Browns get a D tier because it's just the same average Browns. The defense keeps in the game, but their offense can't do shit for them. So it's just plain and simple there for the Browns. It's just plain and simple your territory, man. Next, we got the Ravens beating the Commanders here 30-23 in a very fun, entertaining game. Remember, they got Jane Daniels here 24-35, 269 yards and 2 touchdowns here. Also with Lamar Jackson, only 20 for 26, 323 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Both rushing was actually not that bad. I thought both running backs looked a little bit more perfect. I mean, not really on Washington's side, but Baltimore side. Derrick Henry 24 for 132 and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson was pretty good throughout the ground. Receiving was led by Zach Ertz for Washington, 6 for 68, and Zay Flowers led the team receiving for Baltimore, 6-9 for 132. But Mark Andrews actually had a receiving touchdown, which kind of shocks me a little bit. And Terry McLaurin, he had 6 for 53, but he did have 2 touchdowns of his own. Washington's defense had no sacks and no turnovers, while Baltimore's defense had 3 sacks. I mean, it's a pretty similar performances here. This game was really good. It was good. It was competitive. I thought both teams played a really good game here. Baltimore, I'm gonna give Baltimore an A tier. It would have been an S tier. They just completely dominated the Commanders, but they didn't do that. Their defense let down a little bit, pointed a little bit. But I love the way how they ran the ball, stuff like that. It was really good to watch. Offense is playing out of their minds right now. They look like one of the better offensive teams in football right now. Just the way how they're moving the football. And like I said, we're going to get into the power rankings here later on in the show. We'll get into the power rankings, but Baltimore, they look really good right now. Washington, B tier. They didn't play bad at all as well. There's actually a lot of positives you can take away from Washington. You guys remember what I said this week? I said this was the game that we're going to see who Washington really is. Washington proved us this week that they can hang around with good teams. They can hang around with good teams, and this team can be a good playoff team moving forward. That's the message why I got from the Washington Commanders, and they should be they should be just fine next week. But Washington overall, not a bad performance. You guys get a B tier. That's a pretty solid performance on your own. Alright, next up we got the Chargers here beating the Broncos, and I'll let you guys know right now this was the only pick of the week that I got wrong. Anyway, looking at Justin Herbert here, 21 for 34, 237 yards and 1 touchdown. Bo Nix, 19 for 77, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick here. Both rushing games didn't really get anything going here for either end, so give credit to both defenses. Receiving wise, nobody got really going, man. Like, you just look at the numbers. Both defenses are really good in this game. Just nobody really got going offensively, defensively. Now, I know Broncos defense had 3 sacks, Chargers defense had 2 sacks. Chargers defense did force an interception, a pick, but besides that, this game was just dead even, man. Like this was like anyone's game from start to finish. It was like a defensive war. That's kind of what I expected this game to be like. Anyway, for the Broncos, I'm actually pretty disappointing after coming to last outing against the Raiders. How their offense looked good. Their offense was nowhere near as good as it was last game. I'm gonna give the Broncos a D tier. I didn't really like what I saw from them this entire game. Now the Broncos, they were getting their asses kicked in here until they made a late second, like a late push for a comeback, but that just wasn't too late in the game. So I'm not really going to accept that. So they go to D tier here. Chargers, though, their defense played really well. Offense got moving a little bit, but I overall wasn't really that really through the ass. Though I'm still gonna put the Chargers in the B tier because their defense definitely really showed out, and we saw some really good things offensively, especially from the ground with J.K. Dobbins. Love what we saw out of him. last week. So I think the Chargers respectively deserve a B tier for this performance. And overall, that was a big win for the Chargers. They needed that and they won it. All right, next we got the Steelers here beating the Raiders here, 32-13, and kind of an ass beating here. I mean, if you look at Vegas, there's just really nothing to look at Vegas. Like, if you just look at the entire box score and what they did, I mean, they did have 3 sacks, but there's just really nothing to look at. Steelers here, Justin Fields, 14 for 24, 145 yards, no touchdowns or no picks, but he did have 2 rushing touchdowns, by the way, and Najee Harris was really good in this game, 14 for 106 and a touchdown. Receiving game, really nothing much got going on there, but the Steelers defense only had 1 sack, and that was, only had 1 sack. That does kind of surprise me a little bit. I thought they were going to have more sacks, but they only had 1 sack there. And besides that, that's just about it. So, overall, the Steelers just completely dominated this game. Defense was all over the place. Offense just couldn't do shit for them. This might be an S tier for the Steelers because their offense actually looked really good throughout this entire game. Their defense ate up on Vegas, and I thought once that was done, Vegas couldn't really do anything offensively. Raiders, though, I mean, that was pretty disappointing at home. You know, you would think they would have played a lot better. Yeah, you would think they would have played a little bit better. Maybe got some schemes going off offensively. Is this D tier? Is this? I mean, what did the Raiders really do? I mean, the Raiders didn't really do too much of anything. Like, running game, receiving game was lousy. Defense did have 3 sacks, but obviously just wasn't enough. I'm gonna give the Raiders a D. I was thinking about F, but no, I'm gonna give them a D. It wasn't terrible. I think they could have done a lot of things better, but we're gonna give them a D. They barely avoided an F. They just barely avoided an F tier right there. But they get a D for me. Very close with an F tier though. Next up we have the Lions. Oh my goodness gracious, Dallas. We have the ultimate ass beating of the century here. I told you guys this was my ass beating of the week, man. This is so funny, man. Like, I just want to sit here and laugh at this score for you curious, because you guys know how much I hate Dallas. Yeah, by the way, the Lions just kicked the shit out of you. No, this is what happened. The Lions kicked the shit out of you on national TV television. They walked inside your house and kicked your ass in front of your home crowd on national television. That's how bad this game was. Anyway, just look at this game. There's just nothing to look at for. There's nothing to look at here for Dallas. Dallas performed like shit. Rushing game was shit. Offensive receiving game was shit. I mean, CeeDee Lamb had 7 for 89, but that's about it. Defense did absolutely nothing. I mean, they had 3 sacks, but obviously just wasn't enough. For the Lions, I want to pray for Aiden Hutchinson. He did get injured with a back leg. I think he's out for the rest of the season, so I do pray for that. Hopefully that man recovers, because that man's a dog. Anyway, just look at the Lions here. I mean, there's just everything to look at here. Jared Goff in 3 touchdowns, 315 yards. He was amazing. Dan Montgomery, 12 for 80 for 2 touchdowns. Gibbs got going. He was very effective. Williams led the team receiving, 3 for 61, a touchdown. Sam Laporta had a touchdown. Mercy Brown had a touchdown. Browns continue. I mean, the Lions look like one of the better offensive teams in football. They look like they were so creative on the offensive end. Obviously, the Lions are going to get an S tier. That had to be probably one of the better performances I think I've ever seen. Dallas, though, oh no. Dallas is getting their own tier. I mean, that performance was so bad. The Cowboys are getting their own tier. Okay, they're getting their own tier. They don't even deserve to be ranked. Cowboys, that may have been one of the most shittiest performances I think I've ever seen from a team, honestly. Like that was bad. The Cowboys are gonna get their own tier. They're not even gonna get ranked for me this week, because that shit was terrible, man. The hell did you get beat by 3-8 at home? Like who the hell? Like, seriously, this may have been one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen from an NFL team. Offense didn't do shit, defense didn't do shit, nobody did shit for your team. Like, god damn, man. Dallas, Dallas, you're not even gonna get ranked this week. That was fucking embarrassing. In a funny way, though, because you know how I am. I hate Dallas. Next, we got Atlanta beating Carolina here, 38-20. I told you guys, Carolina can score, but just won't be enough as much as Atlanta is going to score. Me looking at this game here, Kirk Cousins here, 19 for 30, 225 yards and 1 touchdown. Andy Dalton, 26 for 38, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Rushing was led by Tyler Aguilar, 18 for 105 as a touchdown. Bijan Robinson had 2 touchdowns of his own. Khalil Herbert, only 18 for 92 this time. Drake London led the team receiving, 6 for 74 and a touchdown. Dante Johnson led the team for Carolina. He also had a rushing touchdown. Xavier also had a rushing touchdown of his own. Both defenses, Atlanta, both of these two teams did not get any sacks, but Atlanta's defense did force 2 picks on Andy Dalton, so I guess that was pretty effective there. Meanwhile, look at these 2 performances. I don't think really anyone performed that bad here at any degree. Atlanta, I'm gonna give Atlanta an A tier. I mean, they pretty much just dominated the whole game. Maybe besides like doing a couple things wrong. Besides that, I thought Atlanta did a really good job scoring 38 points. I know they just allowed 20 to the Panthers, but the Panthers really, the only thing they're really good at is moving the ball, is like scoring the ball at high efficiency. Like that's what the Panthers can do. But their defense played well enough to win this game, and their offense was dynamic once again. Carolina, not a bad performance for you guys either. I thought you guys looked pretty alright throughout the process. I'll give you guys a C tier. Your defense did get banged up a little bit. I mean, got your ass whooped basically a little bit, but your offense did score 20 points. Your offense is really efficient. Your Carolina, love the way how their offense moves out the first quarter. I think they get a solid C tier for me. But overall, not terrible. You know what I mean? Just not a terrible performance there. Alright, next up we have Sunday Night Football in this snooze fest here. We have the Bengals here beating the Giants 17-7. And is there really anything to look at the boxing score here? I mean, Daniel Jones had a pick. Joe Burrow did have a really good rushing touchdown here. 4 carries, 55 yards. I think he had one of his longest rushing touchdowns of the season. Chase Brown also had a rushing touchdown here. And Tracy also had a rushing touchdown. Receiving game, really nobody got going. Nobody scored a touchdown to either side, but these two looked pretty effective. I mean, everybody looked like they got going a little bit. Both defenses had combining of 6 sacks. Giants had 4. Giants defense looks pretty damn good. I mean, they forced sacks. They forced like one of the hottest teams and one of the hottest offensive teams in football to only 17 points. Like that's still pretty good. Like even though the Giants only scored 7 points, you can still take a lot of positives away. I mean, their defense completely balled out. And then the Bengals, it's kind of surprising that their offense didn't show out. And coming off that last performance against the Ravens, you would think they would come out, especially the desperate win. Even they got the win, props to them. But their offense did perform as well, so I thought we were gonna watch. So honestly, if I'm being honest, I kind of want to give more credit to the Giants more than I do to the Bengals. Giants are gonna get a C tier for me just because how well their defense played. Actually no, they're gonna get a D tier. I mean, offense is pretty slow. Looks like they really couldn't get going. They couldn't really capitalize on one of the worst rush defenses in the league. So I'm gonna give it as a D tier. But the reason why you guys are not F tier is because of your defense. Your defense definitely showed up for you. Bengals though, I was pretty disappointed about the overall outcome. I thought their offense was gonna do a little bit of stuff. But their defense was very impressive in this game. I'll give them a B tier. I mean, I'll give them a C tier. Give them the C tier. I'm not going to give them a B because this game was a little bit slow. It wasn't really moving that much. But I think they were definitely well deserving of a C tier, though. I just really wanted to see a little bit more offensively from these guys. Alright, hitting off with the last game, we had probably the longest primetime game if you guys haven't checked out, I was actually live for this game. But good call on the Giants defense. Yeah, the Giants defense are balling out, man. They're balling out. That's the only reason why this team is in contention of winning games every week, because their Giants defense, they're really balling out. They're balling out right now. Next up, we have probably the most flaggiest game of all time here, because there's just so many penalties in one moment. But we had the Bills here beating the Jets 23-20. I think my final score was actually pretty close to this. And we're looking at Josh Allen, another pretty efficient night, 19 for 25, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Josh Allen had a receiving touchdown, but Ray Davis got going a little bit. Receiving game, looks like everybody got involved here. Defense got 3 sacks and forced 1 interception. Aaron Rodgers here, 23-35, 294 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, but they do have Devontae Adams coming to the team, so let's see how that is. Breece Hall was effective once again, 18 for 113, but he did not have a touchdown. Receiving was led by Aaron Lazard, who had that crazy throw to the end zone. What was that, like a Hail Mary that he caught that? He had 16 for 104 in the touchdown, and Garrett Wilson also had an 8 for a touchdown, actually having 8 for 107. Defense had 2 sacks, didn't even force. I don't think Josh Allen has known to pick yet this year. But, yeah, C tier Cincy. Yeah, C tier at best for Cincy. But besides that, that's just about it. Overall, I don't know what to really think about these two teams. Like when you look at these two teams, they both could have played a lot better offensively and defensively. Um, Bills' defense was pretty nice in this game. Loved the way how they contained the Jets for a majority of that game. Came without last. I might give the Bills a B tier. I mean, it wasn't. It was alright, but I just want to expect. Actually, matter of fact, we're gonna throw both teams in the B tier. I thought both teams, Jets, Bills, matter. Yeah, we're just gonna throw both teams in the B tier team. I mean, both teams just kind of performed similar. So you're good at math, am I? No, I'm not really that good at math. No, I'm not. I'm not good at math. No. So there you have it. There is the first part of this. There's the first part of the reaction show. We gotta get into that. We also gotta get into power rankings here on this show as well. So, but no, I'm not good at math. No, absolutely not. All right. Next up, let's get into our awards of the week. Let's go ahead and get this going. So if you guys don't know, we do this awards every single week. It is a fun way to recognize our players throughout the week, and then after this, we'll get into power rankings, and then we'll wrap the show up. Because I actually have some other videos to do first. But all right, first but not least, let's do the superstar of the week. He's still on the team. Wait, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about here? His officials review. Warriors are up 47-41 right now. But the fans, who are you talking about? Who's on the team? Alright, but ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our awards. Awards now, aka we have the superstar. Do dog? Do what you do, dog. Oh yeah, appreciate it. Alright, so let's get into the superstar of the week. Chat, you can go and help me out, but who do you guys think deserves the superstar of the night with the quarterback position? And there's actually a lot of ways you can go with this. A lot of ways you can go with superstar of the night. But who do you guys think is the superstar of the night for quarterbacks? Because this is pretty interesting. You had a lot of players who really performed well. I think I have my superstar of the night. My superstar of the week. I thought this player really stepped up, did his job. I think this is the first time I'm mentioning him for superstar of the week. But my superstar of the week, and this is the only quarterback I'm actually going to mention in this one. But the superstar of the week of quarterbacks, in chat, you can go ahead and agree with me on this if you want. The superstar of the week for quarterbacks is going to Caleb Williams of the Bears. You know what I mean? Caleb Williams from the Bears, getting the superstar of the night for the Bears. Cousins. I mean, Cousins played a good game. He played all right. But I'm going to give the superstar to Caleb Williams. I didn't mention him yet all season. He played really well. The way he was able to move the football, the Bears efficiently. He's starting to look more comfortable in the pocket. I thought he had the best performance overall for quarterbacks. Williams had a very strong performance. I'd like to mention him. He's probably the only quarterback I'm going to mention this week for superstar of the week. Caleb Williams, he just completely balled out. Love what we saw out of him. Definitely worthy of the superstar of the night for quarterbacks. All right, let's get into the running backs. Superstar of the week for running backs. Wow. Okay, so Caleb has all talent for sure. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. Superstar of the week for running backs. Wow. Okay, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I'm actually going to mention my superstar of the week for running backs is a person that we're probably going to mention again. But Breece Hall. Oh yeah, Breece Hall was terrific in this game. This week, Breece Hall was amazing. Actually, I'm gonna mention Breece Hall because he. Actually, no. Yeah. Actually, no. Should we superstar Breece Hall? Should we superstar Breece Hall? I mean, what do you do? I'm gonna give it to. Actually, I'm gonna mention Breece Hall. But that's a good call though. He's not my superstar of the week though. But I definitely will mention him because he definitely had a breakout performance. Yeah, he definitely had a nice performance in this one. All right, my superstar of the week for running backs is going to go to Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like I said, I want to recognize some people that we're not going to see for a long time. Sean Tucker was amazing in this game this week. He was amazing. This man had 14 attempts for 136 rushing yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns in this game. Sean Tucker, have yourself a night. Getting the superstar of the week for running backs for me. What a performance from Sean Tucker against the Saints. He just completely kicked ass out there. Sean Tucker, definitely worthy of the superstar of the night. I'm keeping the superstar of the week. He looked fantastic against the Bucs. You good? Appreciate it. Really appreciate that. All right, next up, wide receivers. Wide receivers. Who do you guys think that gets a superstar? And actually, there's actually a lot of honorable mentions here. That's why I'm here. Your takes. Yep. We appreciate it. All right, who do you think gets the superstar of the week for wide receivers? There's actually a lot of ways you can go with this. And there's actually a lot of people that I'm going to honorable mention here. My first honorable mention is Josh Downs from the Colts. He played terrific. Love the way he got to going a little bit. Josh Downs, I thought he looked absolutely fantastic. Allen Lazard had a great game as well. Definitely starting your role potential. Allen Lazard at the Jets, I thought he looked pretty good as well. Gabe Davis had a good night. I'm gonna give him star role. He's not my superstar tonight, but Gabe Davis, I thought he played well as well for the Jags. Basically him and Evan Ingram. He's Evan Ingram. Actually, let's go ahead and mark him right now. Evan Ingram's my superstar of the week for tight ends. I mean, I don't think this one's close either. I think Evan Ingram's definitely the superstar of the week for tight ends. I mean, I don't think this one was close. I don't think this one was honorable mention. Evan Ingram getting the superstar of the week for tight ends. I think that one's pretty easy, but okay. So there's my honorable mentions for wide receivers. But my superstar of the week for wide receivers is Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin, superstar of the week for wide receivers is Chris Godwin for me. Play well. I thought Chris Godwin really had a breakout performance. I like this as your format here. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just doing whatever I can here. I'm really using PowerPoint right now, but I don't care. We do this every single week. So Evan Ingram, but Chris Godwin, I thought he just really stood out the most to me. Really loved how Baker Mayfield got connection with Chris Godwin. He just completely beat the shit out of the Saints defense, and that was really fun to watch, especially for my fantasy team. So that was pretty fun to watch. Evan Ingram. All right, so tight end. We're gonna do tight ends here real quick. Obviously, Evan Ingram won the superstar of the week, but I actually do want to mention one more player on the tight ends position. I want to give some shout out to Baker's just straight up a gangster. Yeah, he didn't get the superstar tonight. He might get the star in the role because he did his job. I mean, he shorts the 3-pace, but he did do his job. He did let the team to the wins. He might get the star in the role, which we'll get into here in just a minute. But another tight end I do want to mention for this week is Hunter Henry. I want to give Hunter Henry some love. Hunter Henry of the Patriots. I thought he played really well. This next coming Patriots. Gotta make sure I spell that right. But Hunter Henry, I think that man deserves some love, man. He played really well this week. Loved the way how he was like kind of the man in New England. I know they come into the loss. Oh yeah, Cole Kmet. But I do want to show some love to Hunter Henry. I thought he played really well. Cole Kmet played a good game as well. We'll mention him for superstar. Actually, no, we're going to mention him for star in the role. Cole Kmet's going to get started in the role. But him and Hunter Henry, this gets a superstar. Superstar of the week for defensive teams. Defensive teams. Let's see. So we're talking about defensive teams. Defensive team for superstars. Cole Kmet. Thanks for the entertainment. You're pretty good at this. Well, I appreciate it. Okay. There's two teams I want to mention here. So my mention for defense is let's see. I think I'm gonna give the honorable mention to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna give honorable mention to Pittsburgh's defense. They just completely kicked the shit out of the Raiders offense. But my winner for superstar defensive team of the week is going to go to the Detroit Lions. That was probably one of the better defensive performances I think I've ever seen. Detroit's defense. Oh my god, just what they went into Dallas and basically did to their offense. Like holy shit, dude. Like Cowboys could not do a damn thing offensively. They couldn't even do any. They couldn't even do nothing. They did nothing. That's what they did in this game. They did nothing. Nothing. So give credit to Detroit, man. Detroit, they play their asses off, and they just completely kicked the shit out of Dallas for like 24 hours. And me as a Cowboys fan, a Cowboys hater, I love it. I loved every minute of that ass whooping. And their defense had to do a lot part of that. Like they picked off 3. They had 3 interceptions, multiple sacks. Well, Aiden Hutchinson got injured, so I'm wondering how that affects the team. But they even looked good without him for that short time that we saw. Wow, Detroit. Yeah, Detroit's definitely getting the superstar of the week for defensive teams. That was probably one of the best defensive performances I think I've seen from a team. That was amazing. Definitely superstar of the week goes to Detroit for defense. But Pittsburgh does get an honorable mention just because with the way what they did against the Raiders was really special as well. Alright, so here's the superstar of the week. Quarterback Caleb Williams, Sean Tucker for running backs, Chris Godwin for wide receivers, Evan Ingram for tight ends. Defensive team goes to Detroit. I'm going to mention we have Breece Hall, Josh Downs, Alan Lazard, Gabe Davis, Hunter Henry, and Pittsburgh's defense for there is your superstar of the week. Campbell. Actually, no. We're gonna make a new category. We're gonna do this too. You actually gave me a good idea. Superstar of the week for coach. Superstar of the week for coaches is going to go to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, getting the superstar of the week for the coach. How about we'll do it. He deserves it. We're going to make a new category and we're going to do this for now on. Dan Campbell getting the superstar of the week for the coaches. Superstar of the week for the coaches go to Dan Campbell. He was incredible. Bite some kneecaps. Yikes. I mean, yeah, you can tell that Dallas because that's exactly what they need to do. They need to be, but all right, let's go ahead and get to the star in your role. If you guys don't know what this means, this means we're taking a look at the guys that didn't really have a breakout performance, but they did just enough to let their team to have some success. If you guys know what I mean. Sounds like I'll repeat it again. The guys who not really had the greatest performance ever, but we're taking a look at guys who really made a big impact in their team winning. That's basically what we're kind of looking at here. So, let's see. Starting role for quarterbacks. There's actually a lot of things you can go with here. You can go Baker Mayfield for stepping up and stepping up his job. You could go Josh Allen on this one. Josh Allen definitely starting the role. You could go Jalen Hurts because he did just enough to lead his team for a victory. There's a lot of ways you can look at it, but I'm going to give it to Baker Mayfield. When Baker Mayfield did throw those 3 interceptions, I thought he did a good job of just letting that go and just letting the game come to him. I thought he was a really good job being patient. Just letting the game come to him. I thought that was a pretty good sign from Baker Mayfield. Plus, he threw out 4 touchdowns, so you can't say that was one of the worst performances from Baker Mayfield. I thought he still played pretty good in this game. I thought Baker Mayfield still played a good game. We'll give it to Baker Mayfield for starting the role for quarterbacks. But I do want to mention Josh Allen. I do want to mention Josh Allen because, he didn't play his best game, but he did make some really good throws against the Jets that I thought that really kind of made over the pack a little bit. So that Josh Allen gets to start in the role. I think that's a good pick there. Starting the role goes to Josh Allen as well. I thought he played well in this one. He's furious throwing the ball. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. If you're talking about Baker Mayfield, yeah, he is furious. All right, let's go ahead and get into the running backs. The running backs starting role. Like I said, we're looking at guys who had not had the greatest performance, but we're looking at guys who did just enough to let their team to a win this week. Actually, there's actually a lot of guys you could look for starting the role. Wow, there's actually a lot of guys you can look at here. A lot of guys had a really good performance at the running back position. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can look at here. You can look at, but my starting role for running backs. Starting role for running backs, the guys who didn't really have the greatest performance but really made a big impact on their team winning. This man, he took a lot of attempts, didn't really get a lot of yards, but he did a really good job of carrying his team to touchdowns, getting touchdowns of what it was needed. I'm going to give some love to Tyron Tracy Jr. I'm going to give some credit to this man. Stepped up in Devon Singletary's place. He stepped up. He did his job. I know the Giants lost the game, but he really played well. I think he really played really well to get the starting role award. Mixon, Joe Mixon, yeah. I want to give some love to Tyron Tracy Jr. I thought he really stepped up and he did well in Devon Singletary's place. Yeah, Najee Harris. Yep, Najee Harris getting a star. Yep, Najee Harris is definitely getting the starting role mention. Najee Harris was terrific in this game. Definitely starting a role. Najee Harris was really good. He was really good in this game. Joe Mixon. Yep, Joe Mixon is another good one there. Joe Mixon. I think he plays for the Texans. So there's actually a lot of running backs I actually want to mention here. Do you watch all the games? I try to. If I don't watch all the games, I'll just watch the replays. And I'll just look at the box score. Najee Harris, starting role. He played really well. Let's see. Who's that other guy that I wanted to mention? Who's that one guy I really wanted to mention who definitely got the starting role? I want to give some love to David Montgomery, too. David Montgomery, he had 2 touchdowns. Didn't really have the best night through the ground, but he did a lot to let the Lions to that severe ass beating that we saw on Sunday afternoon. That was pretty great. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, I think that's good for running backs. I think that's pretty good. Wise of what we do. Okay, let's take a look at wide receivers. Let's take a look at the starting role for wide receivers. Like I said, not a really superstar. We're not really looking at like superstar type players. We're just looking at players that really did a good job on this one. I already mentioned Al Lazard on the superstar, so I'm not really gonna do that. But wide receivers, I'm going to give it to this guy right here. Led this team to a 30-23 loss. Didn't really have the most receptions and the most catches for yards. But this man, he did his job. Basically kept Washington in the game many of times. Terry McLaurin gets the starting role for me for running backs. I'm out for wide receivers. He played his ass off. Terry McLaurin getting the starting role for running backs. Oh my god, I can't say running backs. For the Commanders. Starting role goes to Terry McLaurin. I thought he wins the award. Yep, Terry McLaurin. You guessed it. Terry McLaurin's gonna get the starting role for wide receivers. He played really well. Washington did lose, but I love the way how he played. Didn't really get a lot of targets, but he did score 2 touchdowns. He looked great. I thought he did just enough. Terry McLaurin gets starting role. I do want to give some credit to Zay Flowers as well. Zay Flowers with the Ravens. Like I said, didn't get a lot of receptions, but he did pick it up for a lot of yards. Zay Flowers for the Ravens. Definitely get the start in the role. That's another good one. I'm gonna give some love to Gabe Davis too. Just the way that I thought he looked good throughout the Jags. I'll give him some credit. Gabe Davis starting the role. I thought he looked pretty good too. I like the way you think. Yes, appreciate it. I definitely do have to get the star in the Wilson guys. How about Romeo Doubs? How about Romeo freaking Doubs, man? Romeo Doubs out of nowhere just comes in and absolutely does his job. Romeo Doubs with the Packers just stepped up, did his job, did what he really needed to do, and got out of there. You know what I mean? Like, good listen here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Romeo Doubs definitely getting the starting role. He really did something pretty special in this game. All right, I think that's it all I have to mention for I think that's all I have to mention for our wide receivers. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger here. Okay, all right, let's go for tight ends. Doubs getting no respect. Yeah, Romeo Doubs, he deserves respect. He's that. Romeo Doubs is the exact definition of starting role. He'll go in there and he will do his job. Starting role, not superstar caliber, but he did do his job. All right, next up, tight ends. I'm gonna give it tight ends. Okay, my starting role winner. Actually, no, I'm gonna mention some players first before I get to starting role. Starting role, I'm gonna give my first starting role to Noah Fant of the Seahawks. Noah Fant of the Seahawks. I thought he played well. I thought he did just enough to kind of get the Seahawks to slide edge. I mean, did even get to Seattle like a fighting chance in this one? I thought he played well enough to give the Seahawks a fighting chance in this one, and I thought he played really well. So Noah Fant, accidentally spelled his name wrong, but Noah Fant, I'm getting this starting role for me. One more player that I knew would get the starting role. Sam Laporta did have a good night, but I'm not going to do him because he's more of the superstar category of things. But how about Zach Ertz? How about him, man? From the Commanders. How about Zach Ertz? Starting role. Let's go. That was great. He stepped up. Didn't have the perfect night, but he stepped up. He did his job. He gave the Commanders a chance. He did well. Also, I want to give some credit to Grant. Well, I can't spell his last name, but he plays with the Eagles. I want to give this man a lot of credit as well. Basically stepped up for Dallas Goedert. Really did his job. Really effective through the offensive end at times. Grant Goedert from the Eagles. He really did well. I'm glad he stepped up. He stepped in and did his job. Especially with Dallas Goedert being out. Love the way how he performed. Loved it. But my Zach Ertz is still rolling. He didn't have a major injury. Yeah, he's still rolling. He definitely gets a starting role. But my starting role winner for a tight end is Mark Andrews. This man, he got receptions. I think this is the first time we've ever seen this year. But he got receptions. He got touchdowns. He did his job. I think that's the first time I can ever say that this year, but he did well. He got his job. He did what he needed to do. How about show some love to Mark Andrews? He's not superstar potential yet, but he's getting there. I think Mark Andrews wins the starting role for me on tight ends. But yeah, I thought he played well. This was easily his best game of the season. Okay, all right, now let's take a look at defenses. Here. And then after this, we'll get into the match lock of the night. Everybody's favorite segment. Match lock of the night was the most annoying thing from the week. We'll get into that in just a minute. But what do you think is the starting role for defenses? What do you guys think defenses really made a big impact in this one? I'm going to give you one right now. Their defense who really made a big impact in this game. Didn't really get a lot of sacks. And this is my winner, by the way. The defense that didn't really get a lot of sacks. But they stepped in, did their job, forced a couple turnovers. Not the best defensive performance, but because they allowed touchdowns. But they did well. They played their hearts out. They did just enough. and the starting role is going to go to the Houston Texans. Starting role is going to go to the Houston Texans for defense. They had a whole bunch of sacks. They forced turnovers. They didn't allow 21. They did allow 21 points, but I thought they did just enough. They did just enough goodness for me to get that starting role for defenses. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to the Chicago Bears. The Bears defense, I thought they looked terrific too. They just completely kicked the shit out of the Jags. The Bears are my final thing I want to mention there. The Bears defense was absolutely terrific. I thought they looked good throughout the whole night. Chicago definitely getting the starting role. I thought they looked really good as well. So there you have it for your long list of starting roles, because we do have to get moving. Like I said, we still have power rankings to do. So there you have it. There is your star of your role. Okay, everybody, let's get into everybody's favorite segment here, which is my favorite segment. My favorite part about the show is the match log of the night. Like I said, what is the most annoying thing of the week? I don't know why I have this thing up there, because you guys should know match log. If you guys have been here, but if you guys haven't been here, you guys, of course, not know what it means. But what was the most annoying thing from this week? If you could just picture anything from this week, what was the most annoying thing to you? Actually, I have a lot of them right off the bat. Well, we can just go ahead and match out the Chiefs / Taylor Swift, because you guys know we match out the Chiefs and Taylor Swift every single show. You know, even though they didn't even play this week, we all know they're the most annoying aspects of football. So Chiefs, Taylor Swift, getting matched out every single show. Yeller told me that before the show even came on. He's not here right now, but Yeller told me to match out the Chiefs / Taylor Swift before I even hopped on here to the show. So Chiefs, Taylor Swift, we don't care they played. They're getting matched out no matter what. Thanks, guy. Will comment for sure. Yep. Appreciate it. Taylor Swift getting matched a lot. Kansas City Chiefs, I don't care if they play. They always get matched a lot. They're the most annoying aspect of football. Always getting the master lock. The Chiefs are always the most annoying. Yeah, we have to match lock the Chiefs and Taylor Swift as well. We'll match lock them every single show. Match lock them every single show. They're the most annoying thing on planet Earth. Yeah, always. I said, and I don't even care if they didn't play this week. They're always getting match locked. Alright, I'm going to kind of go game by game here to see if I have anything else to match lock. 49ers Seahawks. Do we really have anything to match lock from that game? I mean, I don't think anything was really annoying from that game. Nah. Jags Bears. Do we have anything to match lock there? I mean, you could master lock the Jags defense, because the Jags defense was just allowing big plays. Actually, that's a fair master lock. We're going to master lock the Jags defense. Master lock the Jags defense. I thought they just kind of got... Don't forget about Mahomes, brother. Oh my, he's been quiet. Oh yeah, he's part of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's part of the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why he's been master locked, because Kansas City Chiefs, if we're talking about the Chiefs, we're talking about the whole team. We're literally talking about the whole team. So Chiefs getting match locked. I'm talking about the whole team. The whole team is getting match locked. That's what we do when we're talking about like the Kansas City Chiefs. We're talking about the whole team. Jags defense, I thought it gets match locked. I thought that was pretty annoying watching the Bears get a whole bunch of big plays on them. Just because here's the thing about the Jags. The Jags have a lot of. I think the Jags have a lot more weapons to do what they're doing right now. It's actually, in my opinion, I think it's pretty disappointing the way how the Jags defense has been this year. Knowing that they can do a lot better than what they have been doing right now. So, yeah, Jags defense getting the master lock. I think that was pretty annoying for the Bears just to keep rolling the ball down the field. Like I said, Jacksonville, they have a lot more talent than this. They can do a lot better than this, but they're just not showing it right now. Also, I'm a match lock the Saints defense as well for completely getting their shit kicked in by the Bucs offense. That's another fair match lock. We're match locking the Saints defense. I mean, that was pretty sad. Allowing 51 points to the Buccaneers. Couldn't contain anyone on the wide receiver. I mean, you contained pretty well Mike Evans, but you did not do that to Chris Godwin. You guys got your asses kicked by Chris Godwin on the rushing game too. Buccaneers is consistently out here scoring touchdowns. Peterson ain't fired yet. I mean, they're in London, so they're probably going to give him another week. You see what happens, but But yeah, Saints defense, I thought they could still fair match lock there. That was pretty annoying. Commanders Ravens, I'm not going to match lock anything from that game. I thought that game was pretty straightforward. Commanders didn't play bad. Ravens didn't play bad. So I'm not going to match lock anything from that game. Cardinals Packers. I'm a match lock the Cardinals. I'm match locking the Cardinals as a team. I expected a lot. I expected a way better performance out of them. I was not expecting to get beat 34-13. I thought they're going to keep it a little bit close, a little bit more competitive. But that was pretty disappointing. That was annoying, in my opinion, for the Cardinals to get blown out like that. I thought they're going to, like I said, I thought they're going to keep the game a little bit more competitive than what it was. But it looks like the Green Bay Packers just completely outworked them from start to finish. So I think the Cardinals will get match locked here. Colts Titans. I don't think I have to match lock anything from there. That game was just pretty straightforward, pretty even game from both sides. I don't think I'm not match lock anything from there. Texans Patriots. I mean, I'm not gonna match lock anything for the Patriots. I'm just not really expecting them anything from them. Texans, they play the green game, but I'm not gonna match lock them. Browns Eagles. Fields, Wilson, Tomlin drama and defense is annoying. So are you match lock? So are you saying match lock the Steelers? Is that what you're saying? Match lock the Steelers? I mean, sure, we'll put it in here because you're saying it. Match lock the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess the Steelers are getting match locked apparently from the chat. I guess you're just match locking the defense. Oh yeah, hold on. We'll get into that in a minute. Browns, Eagles. We're match locking the Browns. We're match locking the offense. We're match locking the Browns offense. And the team itself. The team itself. That team is so damn annoying, dude. That team is so annoying. That team is just. I'm match locking the offense. And I think we match locked the offense for like 3 weeks in a row now. Their offense is so pitiful that I just don't know what to do, man. Their offense is so bad. It's just unbelievably bad. Browns offense and the team itself. It's like shit. I'm also going to match lock the Eagles. I'm match locking the Eagles too because I expected a 10 times more better performance out of them because they only won by 4 points and they let the Browns kind of hang in the game. So I'm a match lock the Eagles because they did have their receivers. I kind of expected them to blow them out, but they only ended up winning by 4 points. I thought that was kind of a little bit annoying that I kind of had to mention it for match locking there. Yeah, we definitely match locking the Browns offense. I think we match locked that ever since like week 2. The Browns offense is probably the worst in football right now. Steelers, Raiders, not much to match lock there. Raiders offense did look terrible, but it's the Raiders offense I want to expect. Steelers played a good game, so I'm not going to match lock anything from there. Falcons, Panthers, I don't think I have to match lock anything from there either. You could match lock the Panthers defense. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, I will do this. We're match locking the Panthers defense. Match lock the Panthers defense on third. Specifically, we're gonna go Panthers defense on third downs. How many times have we seen the Panthers get like in third and long situation and then Atlanta just goes down the field and just converts it, or a penalty comes back on a third and long and then all of a sudden it's on the Panthers for automatic first down, which is going the other way. What's up? Welcome in. How we doing? Hopefully you're having a good day today, Meatface. I did not forget about you. Welcome in. How we doing? But yeah, Panthers defense on third downs, that was annoying. I think that definitely deserves to be match locked. That was probably one of the most annoying things on planet Earth. Just the way how they were just consistently allowing Atlanta just to keep throwing the ball down the field on third down, just converting long third downs. That was definitely annoying as hell. That definitely deserves to be match locked. So yeah, Panthers defense on third down definitely gets match locked. That was very annoying. That was annoying to watch as a Carolina fan. Well, I'm not a Carolina fan, but as Carolina fans would say, that was pretty annoying to watch. Lions, Cowboys. We're match locking the Cowboys as a whole team. We're match locking the Dallas Cowboys. I actually have a long list for the Cowboys. We're match locking the Cowboys. slash defense slash offense. Offense slash home field advantage. Manage resets for games. Dude, what the hell is Dallas doing in these last 4 home games? They've been out here getting their asses kicked these last 4 games. This team hasn't won a home game since December of last year. And that's no fact. So yeah, we're just doing this. We're not talking the Dallas Cowboys. We're not talking them as a team, their defense, their offense, and their home field advantage in the recent 4 games. God, this team has just been terrible, man. This Dallas is most annoying. What's up with Dak? Oh yeah, like I said, we're match locking the Dallas Cowboys as a whole team. I don't know what the hell is going on with him, but we're match locking them as a whole team. We're match locking their defense. We're match locking their offense, and we're match locking their home field advantage over the recent 4 games. All of that deserves to be match locked. That's fucking annoying. Now, the Cowboys are annoying right now. They're the most annoying football team on planet Earth, man. I don't know what's going on with Dak. He's just completely struggling, man. He looks like he can't do anything on the pocket. Anyway, I have nothing to match lock from the Lions. I mean, the Lions played a perfect game, so there's nothing to match lock from then. Actually, no. I will say this: we're gonna match lock the injuries. We're gonna match lock the injuries, specifically to Aiden Hutchinson, because that injury was painful to watch. I hated to see that. That was the one thing I did not want to see from that game. So we are going to match lock the injuries for sure, because the injuries in general this season has just been terrible. So yeah, we're going to match lock the injuries. Bengals Giants. I don't have too much match lock for this game. I mean, the Giants defense was really good. You could match lock the Giants offense, but I'm not going to because they had some guys hurt, so I'm not going to blame them for it. I am going to match lock the Bengals offense because I did expect them to I am going to match lock the Bengals offense. I definitely expecting them to I expected them to score more than 17 points, especially because them being one of the more hottest football teams. One of the more hottest teams in football offensively. I kind of expect a little bit more from them on the offensive end, but we didn't get to see that. So I am going to match lock the Bengals offense just for that reason. I thought we were going to see a little bit more from them offensively, but we just didn't see it. So Bengals offense going to get match locked on this one. Besides that, I don't think I have anything else to be match locking from this game. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our last game here. Bills Jets. Oh yeah, shit. I have a lot of fucking shit to match lock this. Actually, no, not a lot, but I just have one big thing I want to match lock. Match lock of the Bills versus Jets game on Pel-ites. I might have spelled that wrong, but whatever. Match lock the Bills versus Jets game on penalties. And penalties, and then we're gonna go specifically actually on that all penalties in general. What the hell? The Bills versus Jets game on penalties. How many penalties did we see in that game? Like how many times did we look at this game and said how many penalties can this game go to? Like, come on, just play football. There's no reason to be all these penalties. Just play simple football. Shit, I mean, this game was so slow because it was just the penalties. Like, it's just been penalties every left and right. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, how many penalties are we gonna watch? Shit, dude. Like, that shit was annoying. That was probably one of the most annoying parts about this whole week. Just the penalties, man. The penalties, man, are just absolutely thrown off my mind right now with this game, man. So, penalties definitely getting match locked. That was definitely annoying. But besides that, I think that's it. Okay, so there you have it for all our match locks this week. We have Kansas City Chiefs, we have Taylor Swift, we have the Jags and Saints defense, we have the Cardinals, we have the Steelers, Browns offense and the team itself, we got the Eagles, we got the Panthers defense on third downs, we got the whole Cowboys defense, offense, home field advantage, recent 4 games. We're mass locking the injuries, the Bengals offense, and the Bills versus Jets game on penalties. Yeah, all right. Is there anything else that we need to mass lock? I think we're good. I think we're good with mass locking. Well, we have the mass lock there. Okay. All right. Let's get into the very last thing that we Let's get to the very last thing before we sign off here. We're gonna get into, because I do have to get ready for my next video tomorrow. Make sure you guys come back for tomorrow's video. I got the pace with the subscribers coming up tomorrow, so make sure you guys hold out for that. This week's gonna be very tricky, so you guys may be a little bit curious about who we're gonna pick there. But we're gonna get into the power rankings now. We're gonna get into the power rankings. The power rankings. We do this every 3 weeks. I will be reviewing. I will be making a video tomorrow before the video, by the way, about the first quarter and how I thought teams performed first quarter. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But all right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the power rankings. This is the last thing that we're going to do, and then we're going to end this live show. But I do appreciate everybody for coming in here. Alright, here we go. Power rankings. Like I said, we do this every single 3 weeks. Next time we will do this is after week 9. So, just bear with us. Just bear the words here. You guys see the power rankings up here on the screen. We have 29 to 32, 23 to 28, and so forth. It's the same format every single time. So you guys sit back, relax the show while I will do my business. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to get on. So number 32, the worst team in absolute football right now, the team that I think is the most shittiest in the league right now, is going to be the New England Patriots. Now we've seen for the Patriots, we saw that good win against the Bengals, but besides that, this team just hasn't looked good on paper. This team doesn't look good offensively, defensively. We haven't seen too many good offensive plays. Now this team can score a little bit, but besides that, there's just really nothing to really get on your horse about the New England Patriots. They look like shit right now. Next 31, we got the Cleveland Browns. Their offense looks like a hot mess right now. I think this team damn looks like. Now, do respect to their defense a little bit. Their defense is the only reason why they're staying in games. The only reason why they're getting games a little bit close. But their offense is so bad that I can't even bring them around 31 because of how abysmal and pathetic that offense is. I mean, it's just bad. It's abysmal, and it's just not good. Number 30, I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars here. I mean, and it's kind of a shame that I'm saying this because the Jags have this team has too many weapons to be as bad as they are right now. Like, you just look all around the board, offensively, defensively. Now their defense is shit. You talk about the Jags, their defense is shit. Okay, they're awful. But when you look at this game when you look at this team, like, this team has a lot more weapons to do what they're doing right now, and they only won one game. We'll get into that in my video coming up here soon. But Jags are struggling, man. They look like they just can't get anything going on their way right now, and it's pretty frustrating to watch because this team, like I said, this team has talent to do it. They're just not doing it. 29 here is going to be the Panthers. I mean, and the only reason why I'm going to put the Panthers here because the Panthers can score offensively. I think this team's been a little bit more efficient moving the ball. But besides that, there's just really nothing to look here. The Panthers, their defense has been awful. They only won one game so far, so can't really go on the dark horse about the Panthers. But I do like the way how their offense is consistently scoring points. That's the only good thing I could really say about the Panthers. But besides that, this team's just been pretty ass. 28, I'm gonna go with the Titans. You know, it's kind of a shame because the Titans probably should have won a little bit more games than what they had been already this year. I know they already won one game, but they probably should have won like 3 or 4, just because they were playing competitive football at one point. They were in a lot of games, and they just made a lot of mistakes, and then now they started coming here performing like that. So I do have to punish them a little bit for that, but. Tennessee gets 28. They're not really playing good football right now. Number 27, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, just coming off a bye week. But besides that, I think that injury to Tua really hurt the lot. Their offense looks a little bit slow. Defense has been trying to hang around, do what they can to win games, but their offense just doesn't look that too good right now. Especially coming off my offensive team of the year last year, they don't really look. They don't really look too good right now. So 27 going to go to the Dolphins. 26 is going to go to Vegas. I'm not wondering how that team's going to look without Devontae Adams. They did not look good anyway without Devontae Adams. The Raiders just look like a hot mess right now. They look like they don't know what they're doing offensively. Their quarterback plays pretty ass. They did, like I said, they did trade Devontae Adams, so I do think their offense is going to get even worse coming down the stretch here. There's just really nothing to be really pumped up about the Las Vegas Raiders right now. They'll get the 26 right now. 25 is going to be my Rams. Unfortunately, I do have to put my team this low because, like I said, they only have one win and they're not really playing some good football right now. But hopefully hopefully my boys come back. We're healthy. Hopefully that we win some games. But unfortunately, I have to put my boys here at 25. We're not playing really good football right now. Our defense has not really been that good these last couple weeks. So once we get our guys back, I do think we are going to be really good coming down the stretch. But we just need to see it in order to believe it a little bit. 24 is going to go to the Saints. Definitely cooled off after our hot start to the year. 2-0, the offense looked unbelievable, and now the Saints are not looking good right now. They lost 4 in a row. Definitely do have to punish them a lot for that, for losing 4 games in a row. Have the biggest losing streak right now in the NFL for this entire season. The team hasn't looked good ever since week 2. The Saints just look like a huge mess right now. 23 is going to go to the Giants. The Giants actually been picking up a little bit offensively, so I'm not sure what these two teams. I'm not sure if I'm moving them up, moving them down, but you guys have to check that out in that last video. Giants are going to get 23. Like I said, their offense has been moving the football a little bit more effectively. Their defense has been really good. Their defense has been stepping up, picking up a notch ever since week 1. Giants aren't. I mean, this team might be 2-4, but the Giants aren't playing. They're playing better than what you guys think we would be playing. So do have to give them that. 22 is going to be the Cardinals here. I mean, the Cardinals are probably one of the more confusing NFL teams. I mean, they'll go out there. The Cardinals are capable of beating anybody, but they're capable of losing to anybody. So it's never safe for the Cardinals. But this team is dealing with some injuries now that I hope that doesn't regress. Because if I'm being honest, I want the Cardinals to succeed. The division rival of mine. I do want them to win. I do think this team is very capable of winning. Like I said, they're capable of winning against anybody, and they're capable of losing against anybody. So we'll just see. We'll find out. But for right now, took some hard losses and then got some good wins on their belt. So they're just all right. 20, we're gonna go with the Jets. The Jets. At 21, we're gonna go with the Jets. The Jets do look kind of messy right now, offensively, defensively. Now I know they did just put up a good performance, but other than that, their offense just look like a mess. It just look too inconsistent. Now give credit to their defense. Their defense is the reason why they're keeping them in every game. Their defense is still amazing, but I just need to see more from the offense. I need to see their offense be more consistent for me to put them up. 20, we're going to go with the Colts. The Colts had some really good wins on their resume. Colts offense looks pretty good. Right now, they look pretty solid. It looks like Colts offense looks like they can just compete with anybody just to win football games, and that's what I think the Colts are. But they're not going to be as good as we were. Defensively, they're kind of getting beat up a little bit, and hopefully the injuries don't overstay them. But Joe Flacco's playing good right now, so if he just continues to do that, the Colts will continue to climb up. If they continue to win games as well, they will climb up. But right now, they're at 20. 19 here, I'm going to take the Seahawks. The Seahawks did look really good down the first 3 games of the season, but now they're starting to take a slump back. This team lost their last 3 games. This team looks like a little bit on a cold stretch. Do have to penalize them for a lot, definitely for that, but overall, I do think the Seahawks are solid, but right now they just have nothing really going their way. Nothing going their way. They're at 19. Number 18, I'm going to take Denver. Denver did pick up some recent wins in these previous 3 weeks. That was really impressive. But at the same time, this team doesn't look halfway. This team doesn't look completely complete. They don't look like an actual competitor, like a serious opponent competitor. So I do have to penalize for the last outing, by the way. So they're going to get number 18 for me. 17 is going to go to Dallas. Dallas has not really looked too straight this year. Their offense kind of looks inconsistent as hell. Their defense has been getting their ass whooped. Now, I know they are dealing with some injuries right now, but Dallas, they just don't look like the team that we all advertise them to be. They don't look like the regular season Cowboys, especially at home, because the Cowboys actually been getting whipped a little bit at home recently. Actually, matter of fact, I think they're all their home games. I think Cowboys are actually 0-3 at home, which is kind of uncharacteristic for them, but they're going to go at 17. Not really playing the most efficient football right now, but we just got to see them win a little more games. 16 here, starting the front 16 is going to go be the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they're going to start catching up some heat now and then. I do think this team is definitely better than a 2-4 team. I think this team is going to climb up. They're going to be a lot better. Their offense is starting to show up a little bit, but their defense just needs to show up just a tiny bit more. Maybe I do bring them up, but the Bengals they're getting right at the right time. This is a good time to get ready, and I do think the Bengals are on that path. They're going to get the 16 spot for me. Just need to see them win a little bit more games, but I do have a lot more faith in this team. 15 is going to go to the Chargers. Their Chargers defense is really good. Give props to them. Their defense has been really stepping up. Their offense is finding ways to win ball games, even though it's not the best constructed, but it's all right. They're still finding ways to win games, and that's really the big deal here. So I'm going to give him 15. Jim Harbaugh definitely gets a lot of respect. I think he's been coaching. I think he's been coaching his ass off. So 15. Going to go with the Chargers there. 14. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I think we're starting to see some really great things offensively from them. Their defense is starting to pack up a little bit. Defense has been really good ever since the beginning of the season. But I think with this team, we're starting to see a little bit more identity from them offensively. I think we're starting to really find out what this team can really do offensively. And if we can find that, the Steelers can definitely go up. They can definitely wake up. But we need to see more games of them using the same efficiency on offense. If we can get that, maybe yes, the Steelers will be ranked up a little bit more. But right now they're just at 14. I know they won 4 games, but they're going to stay right there because we need to see a little bit more from them offensively. If they keep playing the offensive way that they're playing offense right now, yeah, obviously we'll move them up. But for right now, they're going to stay at 14. 13 is going to go to San Francisco. Now, I know they did pick up some win. I know San Francisco is definitely way better than the 13th place team right now, but this team they just have to close out games. They got to figure out a way to close out games. They just got to figure a way how to do a lot of stuff, especially if, like I said, closing out games is a big part of it right now. San Francisco, I know they did that last week, but there's a lot of games, like you take a look at that Arizona game that they should have won, and they just couldn't close it out. So we need to see San Francisco be a little bit more effectively to close down games. Besides that, this team is still really good in my eyes, but they're just not playing the right football at the right degree. 12 is going to go to the Chicago Bears. Their defense has been playing out of their minds. I do think the Bears are actually one of the more better defensive teams in football. I do think their offense is getting more comfortable as the weeks continue. Caleb Williams, DJ Moore. I think their offense is definitely going to get a lot more capable down the stretch here. So let's see if the Bears, they got the bye coming up, so let's see what happens. But right now, the Bears do look really good right now, offensively and defensively. And it's just unfortunate because the North is really good this year. So. But the Bears are definitely balling out for sure. They've been one of the more hottest teams in football. Good credit to them. Good credit to the Bears. They look pretty good right now. 11 is going to go to the Eagles. Now, I know they did just take a couple losses, but Eagles offense, I think they're really starting to find their groove a little bit with Devontae Smith getting the A.J. Brown back. That was really 2 key pieces that I thought that's going to help the Eagles out a little bit more. But the Eagles, they did have turning over the football a lot these last couple weeks without these two, and that's kind of pushing me back from putting them in, basically fading outside my top 10. But Eagles, I still believe this team. I think this team's still going to be dominant down the stretch. They do have a schedule coming up, so let's see how they. If you guys know what I mean, they have the schedule coming up, so let's see how I do. Starting off my top 10, it's going to be Washington. Washington, they still get the love that they deserve. They're still playing some really good ass football. Probably one of the best football they've ever been playing in recent years. Now, I know they just lost last week, but I'm not going to punish them anything. Like Grant, like I said earlier, I think we saw a lot of great things from the loss. That I think that I can't really penalize them for it, so I do think they get the 10 spot there. Number nine, we're going to go with Tampa Bay. Offense has been unbelievable. Tampa Bay can score at any point during the game. Now they do need to get their guys back defensively, and hopefully that happens. That will definitely very effective about the matchup of this team. But overall, I think they get number 9. They did take some brutal losses to like Denver, but besides that, I do think the Buccaneers are a very good team down there. So they're gonna get number 9. Number 8 is going to go to the Packers. Number 8 is going to go to the Packers. All the way have they been defensively. Offensively, they're really starting to find their groove. It looks like everybody on that team is really getting involved offensively, which is great to see out of a football team. But I'm going to put them at 8 right now. We just need to see a little bit more. Let's see if they can continue to be consistent like that. So that's going to be one thing to watch for. Number 7 is going to be Atlanta. They're starting to pick up some heat offensively. Now, defensively, that kind of concerned a little bit with the pass, with the run. But this team is still playing good. Kirk Cousins is still playing good. Drake Moody, Drake London, they're all playing really good right now. So, I trust Atlanta. I think Atlanta looks really good right now. I think they look like a top 10 team right now. They're going to get my 7th spot. 6 spots are going to go with the Bills. Now, I know the Bills lost 2 in a row, but I'm not going to deny that. I think this team still looks one of the best teams in football. The Bills can easily, consistently run the football down the field. I think they're really good at that. I think they can really get started at that. I do think this team is very much constructed to be a good team. Especially adding Murray Cooper back. I do think it's going to push the conference a little bit. So I'll take the Bills out. Number 6. Number 5 is going to be the Houston Texans. I know I've been saying recently the Texans don't look like themselves, but they're still finding a way to win games. That's kind of like what the Texans are right now. I know they're 5-1, but this team has just not really performed at their self a little bit. But I'm not going to penalize them for it because they've been finding ways to win football games, and that's the main point here. So Texans going to go my 5 spot. Like I said, not playing. Maybe this is a start where we see the Texans play the most consistent football, but overall, I got to go number 5. Number 4, we're going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. Their offense is starting to look more unbelievable. Their defense looks really good right now. They look great offensively. It looks like nobody can stop them in football. Like I said, they look like one of the best. They look like the best offense in football. But won 4 games in a row. This team is looking good and looking hot. They look like the Baltimore Ravens we all know and love. Number 3, we're going to go with the Detroit Lions. Definitely look like one of the better offensive teams in football. Detroit, it looks like they can just do anything they want offensively. I mean, it's just plain and simple. It looks like they can just do anything that they want to. Defense, offense looks incredible. Now, Aiden Hutchinson, that probably will hurt him a little bit, but I don't think it's going to hurt him because Dan Campbell, I believe in him. He'll find a way to figure some stuff out. Number 2 is going to be the Chiefs, and I can really talk about them. And number 1 is going to be Minnesota here. But if you look at these two teams, these two teams are still undefeated. That's still kind of crazy. Patrick Mahomes is still doing his guy. But how about Sam Darnold doing his job down there in Minnesota, leading the Vikings to my number 1 spot in power rankings right now? The Vikings both of these two teams look really good. But I'm going to give a slice to the Vikings because the Vikings had a better resume than the Chiefs. The Chiefs do look a little bit sloppy. I mean, they've been finding a way to win games, but it looked like a little bit sloppy throughout that process, while Minnesota's looked pretty clean almost the whole way. So, I will give the slides to the Vikings on display, but both teams are both undefeated. Both teams are still really good. Alright, guys, so that's my power rankings, and that is where I'm going to end it for today's video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, so I'm not going to end the video. I'm going to end the stream now. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate everybody's support. But I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here. I do appreciate everybody's support. Make sure you guys have a great night. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace out. Stay safe. See you on the next one. Good rankings. Yep. Appreciate it. Like I said, this was go 32 to 29. You guys know the list. So these are the power rankings going to week 6. But yeah, those are the power rankings. And that's where we lay. We will do this again after week 9. So make sure you guys come back. Make sure you guys come back for tomorrow. We have the picks with the subscribers. Go check that out. That's going to be very nice. I'm going to watch the rest of this Lakers game. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here. But I do appreciate y'all's support. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you guys do come back. We still have a lot of content coming out here on the Mother YouTube channel. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'm gonna hop out of here for the week. I appreciate doing these shows every single Tuesday with you guys. You guys are a blast. You guys are amazing. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here for the night so I can go ahead and get this stuff edited so you guys can watch on time. And I have a lot more videos to post out. So make sure you guys stay on the watch for those. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all support. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to join the Discord. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next stream or upload a video. Peace out. Stay safe. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Appreciate everybody for being here. See y'all next time.
Amazon Fall favorites are here.